So here it is. As you can see, it's a lot different than the last video. Um, Spent a lot of time sanding, a lot of time sanding. It's actually down to, I don't know, like 3,000 grit, so it's quite smooth right now. That would be the dog. Um, Quite. All right, sorry about that. The dog is being a pill. That would be Lucy. So if you want to see any videos of Lucy, take a look right up there, and you'll be able to see plenty of videos of Lucy being just Lucy, uh, puppy blue heeler. Anyways, got the pipe. It's pretty close to where I want it. So next step is there is, as you can see right here, a nice hole. Now that hole actually goes into the inside of the bowl. You can see it right there. It goes all the way through. So I need to do something about that. So my guess, my thoughts on that are either cut the bowl all the way down so that it just gets rid of it altogether, or maybe drill it out a little bit and then do a little bit of a fill, and then I'll go through and rusticate it, and hopefully the black dye that I'll put in there will help hide the fill itself. What I've done, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can sort of see it. So there's a line that I've got drawn on here. Couple lines. I don't think there's any there, but there's. I think you can see. Yeah, that's a line right there. So I've kind of picked out the pieces of the pipe where I don't like the grain, or there's little pits in the finish of the pipe. And so I'm going to take and I'm going to rusticate within the areas that I've outlined with the border. So it's going to be a combination smooth and then rusticated pipe. So there's going to be well over half of this bowl is going to be smooth, and the other half is going to be, or 30%, whatever, it's going to be rusticated. So it's going to be kind of neat. It's going to have kind of one side of it's going to be rusticated, the other side is going to be, and the front is going to be pretty much all smooth. Probably going to rusticate a little bit of the top of the bowl, especially due to that hole right there. So we'll see. Obviously, it's not going to be symmetrical. The top is going to probably come down a little bit. I think it's going to be kind of a cool freehand look. So that's the update on the pipe that I've been carving with my Dremel. All right, so if you've been watching the pipe carving series, there's been a shocking development. We're really, really close to being done. So as you can see, I have rusticated portions of the pipe, and there was a big hole right there that went all the way through from the outside all the way through into the bowl. And so I decided, you know what, I'm just going to lop the whole top off. And I used the Dremel, used the burr, and literally just kind of, you can see, very roughly cut it away. And I think it's a really cool look. It's asymmetrical, which is kind of cool. And you got some of that roughing of different spots on the pipe, but then there's also smooth spots on the pipe. So there's some pretty good grain through in there. So I want to keep that. And then there's a decent amount of bird's eye through here, which I'm hoping will show up really well after I start dyeing, waxing, buffing it, and all that. And then obviously the bottom is really some neat grain as well. So today, what I'm going to do is taking this essentially finished rough pipe. It's not rough, it's very smooth actually. I've gone down to 1600 grit or something like that. So the smooth portions are very, very smooth. I'm afraid they may be too smooth, not
porous enough to actually accept the dye, but we'll see. So, what we're going to do tonight or today is I've got some Phoebing's black leather dye. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to dye the entire pipe. I'm going to go black on everything for my first coat. Figure that way I don't have to worry about whether I want something black or not. I think the black's going to soak in and penetrate some of the grain really well. And so I'm hoping, through the sanding and dyeing process, I think I'm probably going to put, so a little bit of dye goes a long ways. So we're just going to pour a little bit in here. And we're going to get all over the place. And I'm sure it just went through that paper towel as well. So lovely. Doing a great job already. All right. Well, I got another paper towel here. So set this on that. I've got Q-tips here. And I've got a cork. So the cork, I'm going to stick in to the bowl. Try to keep dye from going into the bowl itself. We shall see how it works. Tight fit. All right. And that's also going to give me a handhold. So serves a couple purposes. All right. I'm going to move the tray of dye a little bit because I'm going to try to get some of the dye off of this instead. That's not going to work so well. All right. So we're going to use this dye. Now the leather dye actually does come with a dabber that you're supposed to be able to use, but we're not in the mood for cleaning stuff like that, so we're just going to use the Q-tip. I think I'm wearing a black jacket. Oh, and by the way, dye. This leather dye does not come off the skin very easily either. So, I'm trying to go rather quickly here so I can get it all on. Before it starts drying. Now for the fun part. Well, that didn't work too well. So we got a lighter here. This is so exciting. Finally get to see the pipe coming together. I have been dying to do this video for a long time. Gee, can't see any of the grain now. It's there. Trust me. It is there. I'm really, really happy to see that that's accepted this dye, even on the smooth areas, really, really well. It's penetrated really nicely. So we're gonna let that set, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with all this extra dye in the tray. Guess I'll try to put it back in. There you go. Now you can see me again. There it is. First coat of dye is complete. I'm gonna have to let it sit for a little bit so it'll dry out because it's still quite wet. But then, like I said, I'll hit it with some sandpaper and knock it back down a little bit, except for the rusticated areas. I'm not gonna worry about sanding those areas. I mean, if I get them a little bit, no big deal. But heck, maybe I'll just go with black. Nah, I want to try the contrast stain, see how it turns out. So, there we are. All right, so I went ahead and sanded everything down, except for the rusticated areas. You can see it's actually turned out really nice. And I'm gonna put some photos in the in this video. So what I did was after I sanded it down, I wiped it down real good, and then I got a paper towel, wet it, and then wiped down all the smooth areas to make sure I get all the miscellaneous sanding dust off. And man, I tell you what, I don't know if you can really see it, but the bird's eye that's in that section of the pipe just popped. Oh, it's beautiful. So what I'm gonna do now, instead of going through and re-staining all of this pipe again, I'm just gonna re-hit all the rusticated areas. You know, this area and you know that little guy down there, and you know you can see the various areas, and obviously the top. Because when I was sanding, I did get some of the edges roughed a little bit. So I'm just gonna go ahead and hit those areas with rustication again. Again, I'm using a toothpick. I'm using a Q-tip. And I also have some of these little micro sponges testers, you know, that you use on like building plastic models and things. And so I may use some of these for the edges that get really close to the smooth section. We'll see. Again, not the end of the world if I have to resand in certain sections. I'm not really that worried about that. So here we go. doesn't look like much yet, but it's getting there. So probably hit it with a light sanding, and then and then so I'll probably hit it with a light sanding, and then throw another layer of stain on it, because I can definitely see where, and I don't think you can see it in this video, but I can see where the different sections of me actually staining it happened. I don't know, it's modeled. It's kind of cool looking. Too bad the lighting doesn't show justice, but we're getting there. We're getting there. All right, here we are back again, finishing up the pipe. Give you a little shot here. Look at that grain. Got the bird's eye maple there. Bird's eye maple. Bird's eye. Got the rusticated top. And look at that straight grain. Isn't that something? You got the rustication over there as well. I am so in love with this pipe. So what we're going to do now is we're going to bend the stem. Got a little Stampin' Up embosser here, which does just fine. I just bent this stem, which you can tell is way too long for this pipe. So this was actually my first attempt at carving a pipe. This is pear wood. Went with the dripping wax look. Pretty pleased with it. Not a fan of the colors, and the stem is way bigger than it should be. So it's just kind of my trial and error pipe. Yar. Oh yes, it's okay. Clean airway and all that. So I'll probably fire this thing up here soon. I've got to after heating it, the stem got a little bit of I don't even know what is that, bubbles or something from it getting too hot, I think, because I'm a pro. So I've got to re-sand and buff that, but here goes. We're gonna try the same on this guy. Got the heater on. See if we can get the camera a little bit closer in here. All right. I think it's gonna melt off all the wax. And I also have a bowl of water here, so I can set the stem once it's good. Okay, we're almost there. A little bit more. I'm in the kitchen because it's really cold outside. So, got the bend. I put a pipe cleaner in here just to make sure that we didn't ruin the draft hole, pinch it closed or anything like that. Yep. There you have it. Finished pipe numero uno. I am going to have to rebuff and wax the stem. No big deal. But it is good to go. And then we're going to fire something up in this bad boy. Yeah. Hope you've enjoyed this series of videos on misadventures of pipe carving. And hopefully the last couple, or this video in particular, with the staining of it and the bending of the stem, has been informational for you. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that little like button. And there's a little bell chime or something that you can tap in there too, and that will notify you every time I post a new video. So hit that thing too. Look forward to seeing you again soon.